Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Brad here with StartRestoringHeadlights.com. I know it's been a very long time since I last uploaded a video, and I sincerely apologize about that, guys. It has been completely slammed. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of jobs to do headlight restoration, and it's just left very little time to do videos, but I'm back. I'm here. Happy 2026, guys. I hope you all are doing fantastic. I hope you guys are having a really good start to your 2026. But this video, I've been getting a lot of emails, people commenting, asking what I keep on the van. So I had some time between one of my appointments, so I figured I would just kind of pull over and do this video. It was kind of premeditated. I had the new camera and the DJI mic and everything in the van. So I've been meaning to film this video for a few days, but finally I have some time. So let's go over what I keep in the headlight restoration van. All right, so before I begin, if you are new to the channel, I don't do a traditional polish method when it comes to restoring headlights. I use the Next Gen Headlight Solutions method, which a lot goes into the clear coat itself. I don't have to use any polishing compounds or anything. The clear coat itself has filling properties in it. So I just sand at 400 grit and then 600 grit, and then I apply the clear coat while it's foggy, and it comes out crystal clear. So in this, all my supplies and everything here, you're not gonna see any polishing compounds or 10 different grits of sandpaper. So start with this stackable bin here. I absolutely love this thing. I got this thing from Lowe's. I want to say it was like 20 bucks. You can actually see the measurements on there if you are interested in getting it yourself. But I absolutely love this thing. If you're a mobile detailer, or if you're getting into the business and you have a setup back of your vehicle or your car or something, this thing is very handy. It's light, moves very easily. Again, Lowe's, I want to say it was like 25, 30 bucks. It's very cheap for what it is. So I'm just gonna go from left to right. So here I have, I guess you would call it a ShamWow. So I use this to dry the vehicle, because since I am wet sanding, we're getting a lot of water droplets and everything on all the panels of the vehicle, on the hood, the fender. So I don't want to leave watermarks on the car, on the vehicles. So I use one of these. I highly recommend getting one of these, because you don't want to leave any streaks, any water droplet or anything like that, like dried on the paint of the car. You want it to be as if you were never there, aside from the clean headlights. So I would highly recommend getting one of these. They're pretty cheap. I want to say they're like $7 or $8. I don't remember where I got this one, but I've had this one for years. But I absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. Over here I got some spare sandpaper just in case. I usually keep the garage stocked up really well, just in case if I happen to run out, but I do keep a little bit right here. I do keep some Goo Gone in case that I do have any clear coat that happen to dry on the body panels. It doesn't happen too often, just because I'm very good at cleaning up my mess if I do have any overspray. So I got Goo Gone and one of these little Goo Offs right here. I haven't used it in a very long time, but I did have one instance where I ended up spraying the headlight completely, and there was an issue with the adhesion. Basically, the customer had like some sort of wax or something on it, and I didn't like completely sand it 100%. So I had to redo the headlight there, because this customer was like way out in BFE, like an hour and a half away. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and spray this all over the freshly sprayed clear coat. And I have to say, it was probably the worst decision I'd ever done, because it was just gumming up completely. This left the residue all over the headlight lens, and I struggled to get it off. So I ended up telling the customer I'm just going to come back and do it once it dries, and that's what I did. So lesson learned there. If you have to redo a headlight, just wait for it to dry. If you're using this method, if you're using the Next Gen Headlight Solutions clear coat, do not try to redo it while it's wet. Just wait for it to dry. Don't use this on the headlight itself when you're trying to remove the clear coat. Only use it if you're trying to get any overspray off of the body panels and stuff. So, but again, I've had this for a very long time. Honestly, I could just throw it out, because now I just use rubbing alcohol anytime I have any overspray. Got some masks here for when spraying. Usually just use one. You just kind of put it over your face whenever you're spraying, so I don't have to open one every single time. So I've had these for a while, but it is something that you do want to get in the habit of, because if you are doing this full time and you're constantly spraying this clear coat, you don't want to be breathing in any clear coat, you want to make sure you protect yourself. I've had quite a few people in the comment section kind of ream me out a little bit saying, hey, you should get a mask, you should get a mask. Well, I have masks now. Next is going to be the rubbing alcohol. So I see a lot of other methods. A lot of people will use some sort of like Dawn dish soap or something to clean the headlight after you do it. I can't stress this enough, guys. Whenever you're doing restorations, you don't want to use anything else to sanitize or clean the headlight aside from rubbing alcohol. And I'll tell you why. You don't want any contaminants or anything in between the clear coat or the polishing, whatever you're doing, or the wipes. You don't want anything in between the headlight and the step that you're using to restore the clarity of the headlight. So if you are in the restoration business, go get some rubbing alcohol. It is 10 times easier. You can get it at the dollar store for like not even $5 for one of those kind of like big gallons. Not big gallons. It's like 16 or 32 fluid ounces, and you can just fill this up. So super easy. I absolutely love using rubbing alcohol. It ensures that the clear coat that I'm using is bonding. There's nothing in between it, no oils, no dirt, no nothing. Oh great, the train is coming by. Oh Lord. All right, so next are the rags. Now, lint-free towels. Always get lint-free towels. Again, coming back to the rubbing alcohol, you don't want anything on the lens before you restore the clarity. If you're applying a clear coat, if you're polishing or whatever you're doing, you want to make sure you're not getting any lint on the headlight itself, because that can cause more issues. You don't want any lint sticking to the headlight whenever you apply the clear coat or whatever method you're doing, whether it's a wipe or something like that. Always make sure you're doing lint-free. I get these from Walmart. I think it's $10 for this whole box of 300. So I'll just go there and I'll get like 20 of them. I'll have them pull them from the back for me and just stock up on them, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Got my trash can here. Any sandpaper, any masking tape, any towels or anything, I'll just throw in here. Very handy to have a trash can on there, and I'll just empty it out every day. Obviously my water. Got one of these cool little jugs here. Sprays like that, you build up the pressure. All this is distilled water. People often ask, what are you spraying on the headlight as you're sanding it, thinking that it might be some sort of solution because I'm using gloves. It's all just distilled water. It's all you need. So I'll just fill these up every day. I got a big gallon of water right there just in case if I happen to run out, if I have a lot of jobs that day. Always try to use water if you're using the sanding method. The wet sanding process, I love using that method just because it removes all the sediments away from the headlight as you're sanding, so you're getting a very good contact between sandpaper and headlight. A lot of people ask me why I don't dry sand. The dry sanding method, the powder gets all over the car if it's windy. It's such a pain to clean up, and you have to wear a mask when you're sanding if you're doing dry sanding, but anyway. That's what I use, only water, no other solution or anything. I use the gloves when I'm wet sanding because if you are hand sanding just with your hands, the sandpaper itself is going to eat through the pore, like it's going to eat through your skin, and you're just going to be bleeding from your pores. I say that from experience because when I first started, I wasn't using gloves, and it really stung when I would use the rubbing alcohol. It would get in like the cracks of my skin, and it would absolutely kill me, so I started using gloves. So it's a little confusing because people think that I'm using the gloves when I'm applying the clear coat. It's incorrect. I'm actually using the gloves when I'm sanding, not whenever I am applying the clear coat. These kits, the single kits, come with the gloves, so the gloves are for sanding, not for applying the clear coat. Just a quick tip there. Got my regular Scotch painter's tape. People that tell me to use automotive tape. I hope you guys can't hear this train too well. But since I am wet sanding, I can use this tape because the water just kills the adhesion. So by the time I'm done with the sanding process, it comes off very easily. Doesn't pull up paint. And I tell people all the time that if you are pulling up paint with this kind of tape while you're sanding, the paint is very weak. Paint itself is very strong. Like, it's got layers of clear coat and everything. So if you are ever using tape and you're pulling up paint, the paint on the car is just crappy. So I use just regular painter's tape. I actually made a mistake. I bought too thick or too wide of masking tape. But what are you gonna do? Just gonna use it. As I said, I'm using the Next Gen Headlight Solutions Clear Coat. If you do want a single kit, you can use coupon code SRH and get $10 off. I got these blowers. I absolutely love these things. They're super, super powerful. This is for blowing out all of the water. It's not necessarily for drying the headlight. Whenever I am finished with the sanding process, you have to make sure that you get all of the trapped water out of the body panels, out of the hood and all that. Because if you go to spray the clear coat, the pressure from the clear coat is going to knock any loose water out, and it's going to get on the lens. I have had that happen before. So you want to make sure that all of the water is completely removed in and around the headlight before you apply the clear coat. Because you don't want to have a little droplet get on the headlight when you freshly painted it or freshly sprayed it, and then you'll have to redo that, or you might have a little dot of the little droplet there. So for the gloves, I'm using the Venom Steel. I absolutely love these gloves. They're so thick. I'm kind of a connoisseur of smoking meats, so I use these also when I'm smoking some brisket or some ribs or something. But they are also good for sanding headlights. They're just thick enough to where you can get quite a few different headlight jobs out of them, out of a single one. They are a little pricey. I want to say this is about $30 for 100, but they are well worth it for protecting your skin and everything. Got my Scan Grip UV light. This is an extremely powerful UV light. This thing actually, whenever you could put it on your hand, it'll not burn your hand, but you could feel like it really, really is powerful. But I absolutely love this thing. It's really, really heavy duty. It's got this cool like feature where you can kind of hold it like this on your hand. This thing will dry a headlight after fully cured in like 3 to 5 minutes. I absolutely love this thing. It's got this cool magnet right here too, so if you want to like set it up on a stand or something, you could do that. We did have it on the Next Gen Headlight Solutions website, but stock has been like really, really kind of finicky due to tariffs and all that. So that's kind of temporary, out of stock temporarily. Got some microfibers. These are not for cleaning the headlight itself when it comes to sanitizing. People say all the time, oh, use a tack cloth, use a microfiber. No, 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 no. This is only for cleaning the bumpers, the body panels, the hood, all that. You want to make sure you get some pretty thick ones. Thoroughly clean the body panels whenever you're finished, because all this sanding residue, all this stuff, this is all like residue from sanding. This is essentially the polycarbonate of the headlight, and this stuff just gets all over the place, because when you got your gloves on and you're kind of moving around really fast, it goes all over the place. It's not permanent or anything like that, but it does get all over the vehicle. I actually had a customer leave me a 4-star review because one of us did not clean the body panel well enough to get all the stuff off. They thought it was permanent, but it is what it is. So make sure you are stocked up on cleaning microfibers. I got a bunch right here, got a really big one right there, got another one over there. So make sure you are very, very good on that. You don't want a customer seeing you use like really, really dirty ones on their car, especially if it's a higher end car. So get some microfibers. As I said, with the restoration process, I got 600 grit, silicon carbide, wet dry sandpaper. This stuff is extremely, extremely good. Very, very high quality. The good thing about this, and I don't stress this enough to you guys, these are reusable. So if I am sanding, if I'm at a few jobs and these are like soaking wet, I could just take these and throw them like in a bin or something like that, and then let them out to dry the next day or something, and they'll be good to go again. So I highly, highly recommend the silicon carbide sandpaper. They are for sale on the Next Gen Headlight Solutions website, because you have to buy them in bulk. I got 400 right here, and then 320 for the really bad ones. We don't use 320 super often. As I said in the past, every headlight is different. Some are much, much harder than others. So primarily it's just 600. Every now and then it's 400, 600, and not too often we have to use 320. But in case we do stock it. And if you are doing some really, really extreme sanding, I have 220 just in case. Don't recommend it. Listen, if you are new to the business, I would highly recommend you completely avoid 220, because you can really, really mess up a headlight with 220. And when I say mess up, I mean leave some really, really deep scratches in the headlight. Anytime we are wet sanding with 220, I mean, it is like extremely, extremely light when we're sanding. Otherwise, your end process is going to be, you're going to see a bunch of deep scratches in the lens. So that's only to remove very, very stubborn clear coat, maybe a F-150, maybe, what's another one that might use, maybe some Porsche headlights. Porsche uses some very, very stubborn clear coat, but wouldn't recommend it if you are not experienced. Leave that live for the professionals, or at least once you get there. Got this bad boy, speeds up the job, makes the job 10 times easier. So this is a masking paper dispenser. So you attach the tape right here on the side, and then you pull it out, and you just tear it right here. This thing is pretty expensive. I got it at Lowe's, and what's really, really crappy is the fact that the masking paper, or the masking dispenser itself, is sold separately from the blade. So the blade itself is like $30, and then the this masker is like $60. And then you still have to buy the paper, and then you still have to buy the tape. So all in all, you're looking at like $100 for this thing, $120. It's messed up. So we do have some on the Next Gen Headlight Solutions website. It's this one right here, essentially the same thing. The only thing, it doesn't have one of these rails right here. So this thing, I can actually put it in my side pocket right here, like that, whenever in between tape jobs. This one does not have it, but it is still going to, it's like significantly increase the time that it takes for you to mask everything off. You don't want to be using the tape and drape with the like saran wrap style, because a day like this when it's windy, man, the customers are going to be laughing at you out there trying to mask everything off. Keep my tape over here. Always keep an extra box of tape. I got, what is it, 0.94 is what I use for these. So I use the Scotch. Love the Scotch brand. I got these a while ago when I was buying gloves. I saw them. I was like, oh, these are pretty good in case we ever get any overspray or anything on the panels. I haven't used it yet, so I can't really give you a review on that just yet. But as I said, nothing beats rubbing alcohol and just a lint-free towel. And you guys might be surprised to see something like this in my arsenal. So I've only used this maybe like 3 or 4 times, and it wasn't super good. I used to use the McGuire's method, where I would use power tools, and if you are still using this method as far as like sanding with a machine, a polisher, whatever, always get this the sponge. I forgot the name of it. I completely forgot the name of it. Never ever do just this plastic piece and the sandpaper itself. You always want to have some cushion there. But yeah, I use this for extremely stubborn clear coat, because no one's safe from those kinds of vehicles. And one thing I do want to comment, because people, they just get on me so much saying you're wasting your time hand sanding, using a power tool is so much faster. I would completely disagree. The thing is, the average headlight lens is between like 4 and 6 millimeters thick. So when you're using power tools, you're taking an excessive amount of polycarbonate off of the headlight. You're removing a lot. And what happens is, when over time, because it's getting thin, because you sanded it for so much, you can start getting stress cracks in the middle of the lens, and you're basically damaging the lens permanently. So that's some things that people don't really think about. Again, when it comes to restoring headlights, the layer that you have to take off between the clear coat and the oxidation is very thin. I mean, we're talking microns thin. So power tools, in my opinion, just overkill. Obviously, I have some of the stuff here. Again, I ordered it just as a kind of a contingency. I got 320 here because that's the only grit I'm ever going to use. Got one of these sponges here. I'm not the only one that drives this van, so some of the other guys, if they want to use it, Brett or Hunter, they want to use one of these things, they can. I do have those over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not expensive to like really start one of these businesses. Everything you see here, you know, is under $500, except this, obviously. This one is very expensive, but you could start a headlight restoration business with under $500, guys. And the revenue itself, I mean, you can make well over $100K a year if you have everything dialed in. But that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I didn't get a chance to thank all the new subscribers we have on the channel since the last video that I put up. I'm going to try my absolute best to start uploading more, not just headlight restoration videos themselves, but I also want to upload videos like just talking about the business itself, talking about like make and model difficulties and pricing and things like that. So now that I got all this new gear, let me know how you guys like it, if the quality is much better, and I will do my absolute best to get more videos out to you guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.